These two are my winners, y'all. I don't care what anybody says. Sammy and Elma were the ones that need to leave, not these two. And let me tell you why. Before we get into this episode, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown about how I feel about all these couples, just because I know I haven't given any reviews in a while, but I have been watching the episode. So let me just give you guys a quick tidbit on like each couple and how I'm feeling with them. Casey and Gabby, don't like Casey. I don't like the way he speaks to women. Do I think these two are strong in the villa? Yes. Do I think it's going to work on the outside? I'll give it 6 months. I don't really care about them. They don't really give me much. And yeah. I love Catherine and Omar. They are my winners. After Harriet and Ronnie, Catherine and Omar really have my heart. I want them to win this money. They're probably not, because y'all know the UK is kind of, anti-black. But I really love them together. They really are compatible and they're so cute. And honestly, they should not have been in the bottom 3 at all. It really should have been Ekin-Su and Curtis to be in the bottom 3. I guess nobody else, but I feel like Casey and Gabby should have been in the bottom 3. But yeah, love Catherine and Omar. Luca and Grace. I don't like Luca. I didn't like Luca when it came down to the whole Sammy situation, and I don't like him now, you guys. And let me tell you why. Luca, I just feel like okay, let me just talk about the Harriet and Luca situation. I really didn't like Luca for kissing Sammy in that challenge, and like the way that he thought he was gonna play with Grace like that. I didn't really like him then. He made up for it, and I'm happy he did. But when it came to the Harriet situation, the dislike for him grew more. If you're my friend since childhood and you're not defending me, or you're not willingly putting yourself in situations where you're talking shit about me amongst other people who are talking shit about me, you're not my friend and you're not my bro, okay? And I'm not saying that Luca needed to defend Harriet in a way he's like saying that she was right to tell Casey to shut his effing mouth, but you don't have to be in a group of people where they're not speaking nice about me and then you're adding to it. That's just not okay. And to me, he just lost points for me for that. Like, you need to be my friend through and through. I get it that they've moved past that, but I feel like Harriet is just such a loyal girl, but she does blind loyalty, and they don't do this for her, okay? They do not do this for her. When it came to the Grace situation, I wish that Grace would have defended Harriet more, but because I feel like Harriet always defended Grace and Luca's situation regarding the Sammy thing and the Scott thing, and she never gets that in return. So don't get me wrong, I do feel like they are a strong couple, but the last few episodes, like, it's just been, they're kind of like not on my radar anymore. I love Grace down, but like Luca, just like, I don't mess with him, y'all. I'm sorry, I don't mess with him. Sammy and Elma, I do not like the way they handled the whole Ekin-Su and Curtis situation, y'all. Don't get me wrong, I don't mess with Ekin-Su. Like, I feel like she's very theatrical, very dramatic, and does the most all the time. But I feel like Elma was just not being genuine about how she really feels about Ekin-Su. Elma is still pressed over the whole heart rate challenge thing. Now, some people may say, no, she's not. She's gotten over it. But I really feel like she does. And I'm not even blaming her that she do feel a way about it. Because if you feel like, okay, you kissed my man in a challenge and you're supposed to be my friend, yeah, I don't mess with you, which is valid. I think most people would think that. But you try to talk it through and try to make amends, knowing that you still have some resentment towards her. Her best bet was to just tell Ekin-Su, listen, I don't like that you did this, and to be honest, I don't think there's no coming back from it. So I think we could just be cordial in here and just not talk to each other like that. Because when Sammy, after the pie challenge, went to hug Ekin-Su, y'all saw Elma's reaction. It was a lot, and that provoked an emotional reaction from Ekin-Su because she thought, well, you're my friend. Like, what's wrong with him saying sorry? Elma just handled the situation so bad, and the way she spoke to Curtis and then not give him an apology for it, just for her to give an apology to him at the end, is so fake for me. Like, she's somebody who's direct and stands on business, which, I'm gonna give credit when credit's due because I respect that. But because you're in the final now and you see how people were not agreeing with how you handled things with the past Islanders coming back, and you decide to make a mess with him, I think that was so fake. I do not mess with that at all. You're doing that out of convenience, because you said that you wasn't going to give him an apology, but here you are saying sorry. You should have been did that. Olivia coming in with this bomb that Grace was out here texting people saying that she's gonna do anything to win the show. Okay, y'all, hear me out. Now, Olivia, I don't like Olivia. I think most people can agree that, you know, she's not a fave on this show. She could be lying. There's a good 70% chance she's lying. But I feel like, why would you come in here knowing that there's a lot of people that don't like you, knowing that this could bring down your revenue of being liked? Because she was okay. She was okay this season, y'all. She was kind of bearable this season. I just don't know why she would come back in here, say that thing, and not be a little bit truth to it. Once again, she could be lying. It could be fake. She couldn't back those claims up because these screenshots she didn't have with them, and you know, unfortunately, Grace couldn't really back herself up. All she could say was that she wouldn't do it. It's in her personality, which I like. Grace, I don't think Grace would do it, but you can't put nothing past anybody these days. Like, you really can't. So I feel like Olivia definitely brought that out just to stir things up, but y'all, it could be true. It could be true. Now, you putting your face on top of Harriet famous photo is so ridiculous. Like, Olivia is just so embarrassing. Like, she's embarrassing, y'all. Like, she voted Harriet and Ronnie. Ultimately, most of the past Islanders voted for Harriet and Ronnie to leave. I do not appreciate that. I was here for all of the energy Harriet and Ronnie was giving these people, because truthfully and honestly, y'all was telling this girl that they're compatible, they were right to give it a second chance, and that, you know, they see them working it out, just for you guys to stand up there, vote them, and say, you guys aren't compatible, you guys argue a lot, I don't think it is gonna work out, which is just so two-faced and fake to me. And don't get me wrong, I understand that they had to pick somebody, but I just felt like it's just two-faced. Like, you guys told me that this was good. Like, we are good to try this out again, just for you guys to say, oh no, actually, we don't think it's gonna work out, which is why we're gonna vote you out. I don't appreciate that at all. And if you're my friend in real life, why are you voting for me? I'm sorry, y'all. That's the type of person I am. If my friend is up there, I'm not voting for you. And I'm sorry. Sammy and Elma, they're the ones that need to leave, okay? The age gap is too big. I know some people say age is nothing but a number, but realistically, she's 32. In my mind, I feel like Elma probably wants to get married one day, have kids probably within the next 3 years. Sammy's 23. That's how old I am. I see myself getting married in probably like 3 to 4 years. I don't know if Sammy's that. Like, Sammy be in the streets, y'all. Okay? It's just not gonna work out. And the same reason that people are saying, oh, Ronnie and Harriet could have worked things out on the outside, we could say the same thing with Harriet, with freaking Sammy and Elma, because weren't they on that other show called Towie? They could have worked it out too. So they should have left, okay? They should have left. But those are my opinions, okay? Peace and love.